Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, my friend? How you doing?
Okay. What's up, dude?
Nothing much. What'd you want to chat about?
I guess you're in response to the reply of saying that you flagged Brittany Venti's video. That was one of them, because I think she's done like a couple of them on you,
Uh-huh.
and that you flagged it for, I believe, copyright, because I remember something along the lines of you kind of gloating that you were going to get ad revenue from it.
Huh. If I'm copyright striking videos, why are they still up on
Mhm.
YouTube?
When you copyright strike videos, you can still get the money from it. At least that's what I'm under the
It's only
impression
if you
of.
submit it to like a content management system for
Hmm.
content ID strikes. It's not for copyright strikes.
Who are you talking? And then, because I do remember at least vaguely some clip of you saying that you were
Mm-hmm.
going to get money from ads from a video that you think infringed on your copyright.
Yeah, I might have memed about it, but I never DMCA'd any
Oh,
shit
okay.
on YouTube.
Well, then there you go. I can't. How can I tell if you're, being honest on it or not?
Well, don't you think Brittany Venti probably would have complained if I actually did this?
Uh, I think she has complained about it.
Are you sure about that? Because you
Like
seem pretty unsure
vaguely.
about most of this.
I think I asked her about it, but I don't even know where my fucking DMs are with that.
I can maybe I'll throw you a rope here.
Okay.
I did DMCA her tweets where she just re-uploaded verbatim stuff from my stream onto her Twitter. I did do that. Maybe
Okay.
that's what you were remembering.
Maybe I don't know. Like I said, I'm going based on the fact that you were kind of, like I said, gloating about getting ad revenue from it.
Yeah, I've gloated about a lot of things related to Brittany Venti. 90% of it is
Okay.
fake, just like the video she makes of
Again,
me. So yeah.
I had no idea that you were like being truthful for that. So I mean, I can't really operate under, I guess, that assumption.
Don't you think it might be a little bit important to figure out if that's true or not before saying it publicly? Then
I mean, we've already kind of gathered that you don't really place a like high premium on the truth. So again, I'm going based on your own words. I can't tell if you're being
so do you not
hyperbolic or
place a
not in
high
that
premium?
one.
Sure. So
And it
do you not
seems
place
sort
a
of
high
like
premium on the
a
truth either? Then, or
convenient cover whenever called out on something like that.
do you place a high premium on the truth?
In general, I try not to say things that I know are like knowingly false.
Okay, so if I don't place a high premium on the truth, do you think that gives you like carte blanche to just make up shit about me, or?
Again, and I'm not really making up shit about you. I'm relaying things that I've seen you specifically say. And I'm going based on our interactions when you were on Ralph's show. Like, I can't remember if it was during the Soph one or anything specifically, but like I remember directly asking you about that, and you kind of, I think, just said, "Oh yeah, I did do that."
You think I memed about like I'm gonna take her ad revenue or whatever? I don't. I would have to
Okay.
do like a
Well,
lot of
again,
weird
like
shit to do
I'm
that, but
going
yeah.
based
Hmm?
on what you have said, and you're just saying, "Oh, I mean, I'm not, I wasn't being truthful there." So, I mean, again, I'm just
So
going based
do
on
you
what you
recognize that
said.
there's a difference between saying Destiny said he was going to take her ad revenue versus Destiny DMCA'd her videos and took her ad revenue? Do you recognize the difference between?
Did I say that you DMCA'd her videos and took her ad revenue?
Well, what do you think? If we clip the stream, if we go back 2 minutes and we listen to your original claim, what do you think you said? Do you think you said that I just stated that I was going to, or do you think you said that you believe that I did do
The
that?
original claim was that you on stream gloated that you had taken away, that you had flagged her stream and sought to get revenue from her
So
or
according to your
somebody. Again,
tweet,
I don't even remember if it was specifically
sure.
Venti,
So
because again,
yeah,
this is like
we can just go by your
fucking
tweets, right?
eight
So your
months ago
tweets is didn't
or
Destiny
something.
flag down the Venti video that he himself admitted was transformative? I've never
Mhm.
flagged any of Venti's stuff on YouTube.
You've never at any point filed any sort of report to it?
I did for Twitter videos, but those weren't transformative videos. Those were just two
So
minute
at no
re-uploads
point
from my
you've
stream.
never flagged Brittany Venti for any sort of video.
Not on her YouTube, no.
Okay.
Don't you think if I would
Do
have
you
done
have
that, don't
a
you think probably would have heard
do you
about
have
that?
a do you have just like a one primary YouTube account?
Um, Two, but yeah, why?
Would you be willing to go through your flag history to prove that you did not at any point try to flag any of her videos?
I'm gonna be extra charitable to you.
Hmm?
I if I really wanted to fuck with you, I would just say yes and show
Okay.
you and win the debate. But the reality is that I
All right.
have like another organization that manages those like automated flags. And
Mhm.
if they did it, I don't know if that would show on my account because I'm not the one that does it.
Okay.
It's the CRM people. It's possible that they maybe have in the past for her. I don't know if
Have
they
you
have.
ever directed them to do that?
No, I don't direct them to do anything. I don't have the time or the desire for that shit. But I'm pretty sure that like my guess would be that if I had done that, willing to bet Brittany would be tweeting about it for like 2 weeks nonstop.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you ever successfully flagged any of her videos. I'm asking if you've ever attempted to flag down any of her videos.
How could you attempt to flag down a video?
You file a report under YouTube.
Okay. And then it would claim the content that's submitted under the Content ID system automatically. Venti would have to file an appeal on it, basically. So I wouldn't attempt to do it. I would just do it, and then it would be on the onus would be on her to file an appeal for it, right?
Well, no, not unless it actually goes through.
How would it not go through? Do you think YouTube manually reviews those?
Well, for copyright specifically, I think they require the people to actually like go through and everything and like check on it. But I don't also know if you've ever flagged it down for basically any other thing, like Egyptian content or anything like that.
Aren't you like part of all these YouTube communities or not?
That's why I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, no, this has been a huge issue
not
on
part
YouTube.
Of your community, that's why I'm asking
no,
you.
not my community. I'm not saying
flag other people's videos or streams or whatever. I guess because you like have a personal problem with them or something. Because again, my like interactions and like knowledge of your specific stuff is like very limited. That's why I'm asking you.
Sure. Okay. It didn't sound like you were asking. It sounded like you were making some strong accusations. So, anyways,
I'm making strong accusations based on what I've heard said.
Okay. Your accusations weren't what I said. You assumed that I had like done more things than I'd ever actually said I did. I made a couple comments that it would be funny as fuck to like Content ID anything Brittany's ever posted. I mean, I didn't actually do it. But regardless, you asked earlier about whether or not you'd have to verify a copyright claim. And no, you don't have to on YouTube. That's the whole point of the copyright system, and it's why so many people abuse it, and it's why so many people get fucked by it. It's because a ton of companies can just go around and claim shit that's not even theirs and get paid for it, and if the YouTuber doesn't know about it.
I'm aware of that aspect. Again, I was operating under the assumption that like what you said was something that you've actually done. So.
Oh, well, welcome to the internet, my good friend.
What is your opinion on fair use?
That's a pretty broad question. Can you narrow that down a little bit for me?
I guess the like current drama as it is whether or not the various clips are transformative as described under fair use.
What
specifically
various
also
clips?
In terms of like that XQC guy literally like re-uploading himself with like very minimal transformative thing with like the whole like video title in the thing to hit the SEO.
Are you asking me if I think that people that upload like React streams, like 10-hour React streams or whatever?
Well, I'm talking more about clips specifically in the XQC thing, but in general, even like React to videos with very minimal like transformative value. Do you think that that's within the bounds of fair use?
I think you could certainly argue it. I don't know if it would work in court or not, but I mean, do you think it's completely and totally unimaginably like you don't think you could argue fair use at all, or?
I mean, because I do like similar things, but like when I went over, I guess the sort of broad brush of like when I did it with like the specific internet story and video, I think the video itself is like 20 minutes long, and me getting through it took about like 38 minutes due to different pauses, comments on stuff, and I guess sort of general tangents that were related to it. But I mean, I because at that point, I'm guessing like when you've added like a number of minutes to the time of the actual video, that sort of becomes more transformative than like no pauses and minimal commentary.
Sure, it's possible. You understand fair use isn't like that's not a hard like solid thing.
No,
right?
no, I know, and like I'm guessing that most likely for a stream it would be a little bit harder, but like in specifics, if you're like re-uploading like very minor commentary to like a mostly copyrighted work or something like that, and then like re-uploading it as that, you are by definition most likely violating fair use.
Sure, it's possible. I guess if one of these YouTubers wanted to, they could try to DMCA some of the React streams if they wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless you had anything else to ask me.
Do you think it's kind of weird that like all of the drama farming YouTubers are the ones that are the most obsessed with streamers like reacting to YouTube content?
In terms of like the ones that I'm like somewhat familiar with, like Nicholas Fiorio and Augie and Boblax. In terms of how it's sort of like popped up with the Leafy and Pokimane stuff, and given like Pokimane's kind of shitty behavior, like it doesn't really surprise me that this is something that they would latch onto.
Okay.
Specifically, like people in general kind of have a very like ill view of people going after other people's money.
Well,
And
it's
when
not like
she,
anybody's losing. Oh, you mean the sponsor thing, not the React
yeah, it's
stuff.
a Gundam. Yeah, she absolutely fucking like nuked that money stream because she didn't like what was being said, and that's pretty shitty.
Just as a refresher, this was the guy that said this video was brought to you by a sponsor and then spent the whole video
Yes.
shitting on Pokemon subs. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
Well,
even necessarily it was like about her in general, but I guess it's just like general people that donate like inordinate amounts of money to various streamers, like to the point where like into the thousands and thousands of dollars. It gets a little weird.
do you think it's kind of weird to cry that somebody is going after your revenue source if you make a sponsored video literally attacking somebody else's revenue source?
Are the people that already watch Pokimane likely to change their spending habits due to It's a Gundam's video?
Is every YouTube sponsor likely to change their sponsorship habits in relation to a Pokemon
Yes,
stream?
because she literally went after his sponsors, and he got removed as a sponsor from that. So
Okay, well,
yes,
Bo Blacks was telling me that he
it actually
literally.
tangibly changed it. So do you think that It's a Gundam's video in any way fucked with Pokimane's revenue source?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know what Pokemon
she
sub
fucked with It's a
breakdown is,
Gundam?
but I know that Bo Blacks was telling me that like Ridge Wallet sponsored him literally because of the React content that he did in relation to the
Mhm.
Pokemon stuff. So, and yeah,
But again, like you can understand that It's a Gundam at no point ever like went after her ability to accrue subs, right?
well, I don't know. I mean, it's possible if you demonize on the internet the idea of subbing or anything to Pokemon, and people get a little bit ashamed or embarrassed from doing it. I'm sure there's some amount of people that'll be dissuaded from doing so.
Do you think that the amount is the same?
I that's really hard to quantify. I mean, Pokemon probably has a larger internet presence than some of the people attacking her, so I imagine the damage that she can do is a bit disproportionate.
I think I would say that like It's a Gundam and Pokimane have like comparable. What's because I don't know how Twitch works, and you're like a guy that streams to like on average like 5,000 to 7,000 people. Do you guys get like sort of insights into like total views for a stream, and as opposed to just like the peak concurrent numbers?
Yeah, I believe so. Pokemon is much larger than It'sAGundam.
What's can I ask what your like daily view count is, if that's not going into too much personal detail?
I would have to go dig through the numbers. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
But,
no problem.
like, on just like on one of Pokemon's channels alone, she's like pulling like 10, 20 million views a month.
Mhm.
And It'sAGundam is at like 3 to 5 million views a month. Like, it looks like
All
she
right.
has a much larger presence on YouTube than him.
All right, fair enough. So again, I guess that makes it even kind of worse that she would go after smaller creators' revenue.
Well, that's why I said she has a disproportionate ability to do damage to him. But that's how
Okay.
internet shit works, right? Like when Keemstar
Yeah.
attacks people, he can usually do way more damage to other people, even if he's making shit up. Like the old
Yeah.
guy that he accused of being a pedophile.
Yeah. Like didn't because I don't follow Keemstar that much. Didn't he apologize for that?
I don't know. I don't really care. Keemstar says a bunch
Yeah.
of dumb shit all the fucking time. I mean, the apologies don't really matter much, right? The damage is already done.
I mean, it depends on certain things, especially if there's like an ongoing like harassment campaign, maybe. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really super knowledgeable on the subject.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else?
No, I mean, I guess that's it. Something that I keep giving advice for. If you want to attack people in the future, it's probably not a good idea to have a sponsored by YouTube video and then dedicate that video to attacking another really large YouTuber. It seems like a pretty dumb idea, I think. But
I mean, like, is that really an attitude that we really want to like foster, though? That you can't criticize anybody on YouTube because then people are gonna go after people or something like that.
I mean, you can criticize anybody you want. I don't know if like dedicating a video calling subs simps or whatever, which is kind of weird or whatever. I mean, regardless, even if we call that criticism, I don't think it's probably good to have like massively pointed toxic criticism towards a person and then display a sponsor to sponsor and advertise that particular video. Seems a little bit silly.
I mean, given the numbers that he was referencing, I would imagine that they're not necessarily only spending it on subs. It's more of a like large amount of donations. Like again, when it gets into sort of like the thousands mark for video content.
For somebody like Pokimane, she doesn't even make like even close to 50% of her money off of donations, right?
Yeah, it's also ads and
it's mostly sponsorships. Right? If I had to guess, I would say that like probably 10% or less of her money comes from like actual donation. Probably 5% or less of her money actually comes from donations. These people aren't like keeping her alive on the internet.
So then again, like her revenue was at no point ever threatened. So this wasn't a business decision. This was a like personally motivated decision. She did not like what was being said about her and her viewers.
Well, I mean, you're still like attacking her viewership and damaging her brand online, which I mean, depending on the criticism can be warranted, but if you're literally just shitting on somebody's fans, honest to God, I haven't even watched the video.
Especially if her margins are like you said, like only 10% of her total income is from subscriptions. Like maybe if people knew that, they probably wouldn't donate like thousands and thousands of fucking dollars.
How is that argument a sequitur from one to the other? Like if I go to the movie theater, should I like not buy a ticket because
I mean, is it valid?
The actors are all millionaires or what?
Is it valid criticism to say that maybe people shouldn't like say, oh, hey, donate and subscribe and all this stuff because it really helps me out if they're making like large amounts of money based on like other revenue streams? Do you think, I guess in question is, if you are allowing for donations and stuff like that, do you think content creators should be upfront with, I guess, a general idea of what their income is from streams to maybe get people's like, hey, this person makes like a good amount of money. Maybe I'll go spend this money on a smaller streamer that doesn't make these sorts of monies from income or from, ads or anything like that.
I mean, we literally don't do that with any other part of the entertainment industry. I mean, I guess if you want to, personally, I think being open is nice. I like to be open with everything that I make, but I mean, I don't think I would like condemn people that aren't open about it, especially when people get weird with money. But also, like, just because you make a lot of...
I'm not like saying that you necessarily should disclose like every single amount of your personal financial deals, but I mean,
you should just constantly remind people who donate to you, like, hey guys, I make a lot of money, don't donate to me. Why would you say that?
Yes, I actually do all the time. When people start donating large amounts of money, it's like, listen, guys, I don't do this for a living. Please, that's okay, enough.
But Pokimane does do it for a living, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't source out donations for a living. She already makes her living, and probably a comfortable amount of her living, based on ad revenue and sponsorships and other forms.
Wait, if you don't want those donations, why don't you just turn them off?
Are you able to turn off donations on Twitch?
Yeah, of course. You have to wait. No,
I don't know how it works on Twitch.
Are you partnered?
No, I'm not even on Twitch. I'm on DLive.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, am I losing my mind? I thought you just said that you tell people not to donate so much because you're uncomfortable about it.
Yeah, no, I have no way of turning off donations on DLive.
Okay, that sounds weird, but I'm going to assume it's true because I've never used DLive before.
Yeah.
This video is literally called Simp Willingly Goes Homeless for Pokimane. Why do I feel like if I were to actually watch this 20-minute video, it's not going to be like any kind of scathing critique of Pokimane, but it's actually just going to be some cringe as fuck thing, like strawmanning a couple of weird fans.
Details are like one of the people in question had said that they
wait, I got evicted because I was 4 months behind on rent. So yeah. Do you?
Not necessarily.
Hold on, I think because I've had YouTubers. I know that just recently, a couple of you guys like quoted some shit I said on Trainwreck Show about Pokimane dating Train, and you guys thought that was real. Do you guys think this tweet is real too?
Wait, Train? Who's Train?
I was on another stream, and I said that.
I thought you said Disguised Toast.
Yes, I said Pokimane was dating Disguised Toast on Trainwreck stream. Everybody says on my stream, but on Trainwreck stream, and everybody apparently thought it was real, even though Trainwreck this guy posted memed about this on Twitter. Do you guys think that this tweet is real too? You have like copy pastas and stuff on YouTube. You guys know what that is, right?
Again, like I said, personally, I don't really follow like either of those people except for Toast back when he used to play Hearthstone, but like
Sure, but I mean, like, you're pretty, like, you're willing to go to bat for this guy's quote-unquote critique of Pokemon, but how much of this video is based on this, like, pretty obviously
I'm
fake
more
tweet?
going to bat with the ability to basically report on things and then comment on them, as opposed and not have to worry whether or not essentially a Karen gets really pissed off about it and decides I need to go after these sponsors. This is unacceptable to ask. And I do also have a question.
Well,
why
wait,
do you
hold
think
on.
that being a drama YouTuber devaluates arguments?
I don't think being
specifically?
no. Okay, there's two
about
parts.
like Twitch streamers stealing.
I think it's interesting that people that make all of their living evaluating other people's drama would call out somebody else that does react content on their stream. That seems weird to me. It seems a little bit like the pot calling the kettle black. That's what I thought was weird. Secondly, I remember at the beginning of this conversation, you were very much alluding to the truth. You're saying that this is like content that is reporting on like ongoing matters. It sounds to me like this is a guy that is unironically covering like a copy-pasted tweet as though it's actually representative of Pokemon's fan base.
Do you think that there is do you think that the number of people that would how do I phrase this? Do you think that the number of people that would donate to various people or streamers or something like that to the point where they are in financial danger is a non-zero number?
Probably.
Okay.
But there's a non-zero number for almost every type of harmful behavior.
Right, but would you imagine that like the chances of that possibly actually being true, especially for a larger streamer, would be closer to like reasonable, I guess?
I'm kind of short on
reasonable is a very weird term there. Like, do you think that like 1 out of every 50 Pokemon donators are putting themselves in debt to donate to her?
No, not every 1 in 50, but like, would you be willing to bet that the number is not 0?
Sure, but again, the number is not 0 on probably anything.
Right.
Like, I'm sure there have been viewers that have killed themselves because of something that a streamer has said, but like, what does that mean? I need to make a YouTube video on the possible suicide-inducing behavior of some streamer, because the number is non-zero?
I mean, if you tell people to go kill themselves, maybe, but other than that,
does Pokemon tell people to donate to her to the point of homelessness? Does she even solicit donations on the stream?
I have no fucking idea.
Don't you think that's kind of important, though, if you want to go to bat to defend this Gundam guy's video?
The actual video itself is not really what I'm super interested in, as much as it is this sort of idea of going after people's sponsors because you personally feel affronted by it. Because we've already established she's not actually her business is not going to be hurt by this.
Does that matter? But
yeah, no, absolutely. I think that
wait. So if I was like a small 1,000 subscriber YouTuber, hold on. We just probably like 3 points.
Well, no. Let me answer the question. To go out and like basically demand that this person not actually be able to have money, which he might actually like rely on for income because he's a smaller person. To like say, no, this person doesn't get to say that is a very like inherently narcissistic personality. And I don't think you should really.
You think it's narcissistic to demand that people don't just fabricate lies about you on the internet? You think that's narcissism?
Did he say something that he would know 100% was a lie? Did he report on it as this is 100% how it happened? Or is he reporting that, hey, this is like a sort of thing and it might actually be true because people keep on saying it on Twitter?
Do you think there's a meaningful difference between these two things, or do you think you're grasping at straws right now because you realize how absurd you're
I think I'm really grasping at straws. I'm just
so if I were to go and cover some tweets saying, "Oh my God, Keemstar raped a 4-year-old," like, I don't know if it's true, but look at all these tweets, and I spent a 20-minute video talking about those tweets, you don't think I'm a little bit implying that there's some level of truth there?
Or is it like 300 tweets?
You realize that Pokemon is one of the largest female figures on like the internet.
Yeah, and Keemstar is one of the biggest figures on there. What's
sure.
the number
so there are probably
you actually start to take it like seriously?
Probably, if I was going to take it seriously, I probably wouldn't start with what are obviously troll copy pastas. I see comments like this every day on livestream fail of people making this shit up. So initially, you keep going back and forth between like you're not interested in the video itself or the truthiness of the video, but then it seems like you keep trying to defend the content. But then you also say, well, I don't know what the content is or I don't care much. Like, you don't think if somebody makes up a video that's just, wait, hold on, wait, let me just finish one thing because you keep...
Sorry.
Okay,
Sorry.
So you keep saying like, it doesn't matter what's in the video. If somebody were to post a 20-minute video where the lion's share of the content is just totally fucking fabricated and made up, and the point of the content, whether it does it successfully or not, is to just damage you, and then they put a title sponsor on that video, you don't think maybe as a streamer, like, what the fuck? Like, that's like a little bit fucked up?
I mean, we've already established that they're not going to be damaged by that video.
You don't know that. How do you possibly know that? What if that video goes viral?
How does he possibly know that these fucking tweets aren't real?
Wait, how old are you?
How old are you?
I'm 31.
What does that have to do with anything, dude?
Well, because it's so weird to me. They're like, well, of course you know that video is not going to damage you. You have no idea, dude. In the age of the internet, fucking random shit goes viral and has like massive blowback all the fucking time. Like I can think of like multiple examples like right off the top of my head. So it's really weird that you're telling me that like, oh, well, who knows what's going to cause any damage? Or there's no way it's going to cause any damage. You can't know that. What do you mean?
Again, I would be willing to bet that the amount of people that have put themselves into dire financial straits to donate to Pokimane is more likely than her facing any sort of serious damage to her back end whatsoever.
Why are these two numbers even being compared? If that was true, then shouldn't we instead do a substantive look at Pokemon stream and see if she's actually doing like multiple call to actions for people to donate and subscribe to her, like beyond the point of like what's responsible?
I mean, like you said, they're able to turn off donations.
Yeah, but it's probably like a decent like boost in income. Like, why not get more?
Okay, well, you just said it was most likely only 5%.
Okay, so if I make $500K a year, that's an extra 25 grand. Why would I just throw that money away?
Well, because you realize that you don't need it, and people who are donating to it might actually, feel like, hey, you know what? This guy, he entertains me every day. He is something that I can look forward to and all that stuff. And you know what? I want to show my appreciation in a big way. Now, if somebody is doing that and you are, like you said, you're making like a very comfortable amount of money, more money than you probably need, then I mean, like, I would probably say, I would probably say, hey, go donate to some other streamers. They probably could use it more. Right now, I'm appreciative that you're hanging out with me. That's just my personal take on it. And like, this isn't me to like saying, oh, you should like do it because like that's the right thing to do. That's just what I do.
Sure, that's fine, but like you understand that like, I don't know if you're a fucking Nazbol or socialist or what the fuck thing. Like you don't need it is a really weird argument when it comes to money. Like you don't need it. Well, generally you're usually trying to make as much money as you can and hopefully a somewhat responsible way. But like,
would you encourage other people who are listening to the stream right now to refrain from donating to you and go help out some smaller streamers, maybe streamers that you like up and coming ones that you think can definitely use a boost?
Fuck no. What the fuck? If they're spending 8 hours a day watching me, why would I want them to go donate some to other people? What the fuck?
Well, then we're just operating from different personalities then. I mean, like, we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
Sure, we can, but there's a far cry from I have a different business strategy than you, from that to, well, I think you're doing something that's morally abhorrent. Also, do you think that it's irresponsible for every streamer and YouTuber to like advertise any game that's like a mobile game, any game by EA that has like loot boxes or anything else, like any game with any type of like in-game transaction? Like, is it even ethical for me to stream CS:GO? Because if you want to talk about like non-zero, the number of people that get addicted to buying loot boxes is going to be way more harmful than this imaginary figure of people that go bankrupt donating to streamers.
The only way I could definitely say is if it's a game that they actually do play, and like then I would probably say like only games that I think I can reasonably play that are like true free to play and not pay to win. And then like I could think of like one mobile game that I play that I would probably recommend to people, even though like there's a loot box system to it, but again, it's just like, oh, but you can actually play it and I encourage you to play it without like actually paying, unless it's like,
sure, but we're talking earlier.
Special,
sure, so the bar earlier was whether or not there was.
SSRs.
Yeah, the bar that we set earlier was: are there a non-zero number of people going homeless because they subscribe to Pokemon? Like,
right.
there are a non-zero number of people that get into big trouble
I
gambling.
didn't say homeless. I said just in financial,
in financial
risk.
problems, doing irresponsible donations, right?
Yes.
There are a large number of people that have irresponsible transactions related to like loot box games, even if the loot boxes don't like confer any advantage. Look at how many people spend money on CS:GO and all those. Remember all those skin gambling sites that came up a long time ago? Like,
I don't actually remember like the actual like problem specifically like that. It was it just like, oh, you're getting kids to gamble, or was it
or
a
anybody.
like
Yeah, but yeah,
scam?
kids gamble on this shit as well. There were some actual scams, but regardless, even if we ignore that, like, isn't it kind of weird? Like, if we're gonna high road this hard, if we're gonna say like you should turn off donations at some arbitrary income level because it's irresponsible to ever get donations, which is weird. Like, what level of responsibility then do we have to our viewers? Like, if Pokemon was literally out here doing some shit like, guys, I've got to raise money, so if you want to see me at TwitchCon, you better donate, then yeah, I'd agree with you 100%. But I don't think just having donations turned on warrants a 20-minute video called Simp Willingly Goes Homeless for Pokemon that's framing disingenuous or troll tweets.
Okay. Well, again, I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that.
Oh, I guess we are. Anything else?
Yeah, I had a question. Somebody wanted me to ask. I guess ask him why being a drama YouTuber devaluates the arguments made about Twitch streamers potentially stealing content.
It just seems like of all the things you could get mad at, it seems weird that people who leech off of the other activity of YouTubers would get mad at Twitch streamers that are leeching off of like YouTube videos. That just feels so strange to me. Like, I could understand somebody like PewDiePie coming out and being like, well, although PewDiePie does a lot of React stuff, but like, he does usually hire for content. I can understand like PewDiePie coming out and being like, hey, this is bullshit. It's like, yeah, fuck, okay. But like for drama streamers that only cover other people's drama to come out and be like, you guys are leeching, I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me.
Well, I mean, I guess with that one specifically, though, like PewDiePie doesn't upload the full video or put in the video title in his title to hit the SEOs.
But then it sounds like PewDiePie just sucks at SEO. Is your problem that the people are marketing the videos too well? Or?
PewDiePie doesn't want to be like fucking accused of plagiarism.
What do you think?
Not plagiarism, but like violating their copyright. Yeah.
I don't know how much it matters if you put the title in the video, if that violates the copyright or not. Also, wait a second. I'm just curious. Are you saying that
when people search for the video, if they put in the title if they put in the title of the video that they're watching in the title of the video that they're reacting to, then when people search up, specifically Internet Historian, the virus or whatever, then Internet Historian's going to show up there, and then other people who are just basically watching Internet Historian giving minimal commentary, minimal transformative value.
Doesn't all of this stuff, like, if they don't put it in the title, it's still going to show up in the search results because it's all going to be transcribed to YouTube anyway automatically, right? Like this bots.
Right, but when they do that, it's specifically not oh, hey, this is a video I really liked. It was a lot of fun. It's, oh, hey, this video that you're looking for, come watch me react to it. It's not like they know what they're doing, and it seems just kind of inherently dishonest. Like if like somebody uploaded like, oh, I'm gonna react to like a bunch of videos and stuff like this, and paused it, gave comments on it, and gave it transformative value, then that's a little bit different, because you're not going to the video to watch Internet Historian's video with minimal commentary. You're going to the video to get this person's like detailed breakdown about what they thought about the video, maybe some thoughts that they had about it, and like various other things.
Okay, well, when I go and I search for Internet Historian the Varus, it seems like he's still got like the first video. Like, don't you think all these other people reacting to it have probably bolstered his?
It also gets hit up into the recommended feed, I believe. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like Internet Historian himself has literally tweeted, to be honest, I love it. It's a highlight of releasing a new video when you guys watch. As long as someone isn't streaming the entire catalog and re-uploading it, then it's cool with me. XQC is a good boy. Like, it seems like even the guy himself is cool with it.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Because he's also like a generally good dude, but it stands to reason if they do it for would you say that if the content creator in question like actively said, please remove this, and they didn't comply, that they would be in the wrong?
No, if somebody tells you to actively fuck off, I mean, they can either tell you to fuck off or they can DMCA you if you don't, if they want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, also, you said earlier on your stream that you don't do anything with tips. Did you set up your D-Live? Because you literally have 2 separate links to your D-Live trying to solicit tips from people using 2 totally separate services. You must have set these up on your own at some point. You have a Tippy and you've got a Streamlabs set up.
They didn't like doing it, and they kind of like told me to do it, essentially.
Does that go against your principles, or do you not make enough money yet for you to be at the arbitrary cutoff for how much money you can make before you stop soliciting donations?
Right now with COVID, like, it does actually help.
Okay. Oh, and a
Yeah.
Patreon as well. So you have 3 different donation things.
Yeah, I need to take down the. I'm still.
How did you go
still
from having no donations to
working
not
on
being
that.
sure how to set it up to you actually have 3 separate donation
No, I'm saying
services?
that I
This
have
is
no
more
way-
than I have.
I have no way of turning it off via DLive, but there's like, it's really hard to do the weird currency sort of thing that DLive
Wait, it's hard to
does.
just delete the links at the bottom of DLive in your About section?
No, again, when I haven't updated my About section in like 6 months or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else, or?
No, that's pretty much it, unless you had anything else.
All right, well, I think that's it. Good luck, buddy. I'll see you
All
later.
right, have a good night.
Why the fuck would you ever agree to this conversation? What is it? I should watch this dumbass fucking video sometimes. It looks about as stupid. I wonder if it sounds as stupid as it looks. Oh my god, I started cringing for him at the end there. Holy shit. iDubbbz's content cops are way more involved than Leafy's shit ass, like, here's 3 random clips, isn't